If your child is having difficulty regulating their emotions and they hit really extreme highs where you feel discombobulated and uncertain of how to react in the situation, then today I am sharing 4 tips on how to help your child regulate their emotions. I've worked in the field of early child development, and I've worked with children on a spectrum. So many who were nonverbal, but also Down syndrome, autism. And currently, I have this part time experience with children who are coming from difficult, really hard families. Now, what I want to say about this is that every child is so unique in the way that they want to be seen and express themselves. It's almost as if they allow their emotions to be this suit that guides them through life, and that makes complete sense because a child mainly resides in their irrational part of the brain, which is the right hemisphere. Okay, the left hemisphere, which is more of logic, it's not so emotional, it's more of the rational mind. This left hemisphere, it doesn't even turn online until they're about 7 years old. So, children are inherently these beautiful, very exciting, very spontaneous, little essences of life, and they're so honest. And it's because they live by these emotional values and these emotional laws. But it can get very, very tricky at times when their emotions take over. Now, whether a child has experienced severe trauma or not, it's important that we act as positive role models, not authority figures, not even really their parents too much, but like really positive role models who can mirror to them that they are safe to feel what they feel because it's involuntary. The body produces emotions that the rational mind probably wouldn't. So, just to let them know and mirror back that what they feel is okay. It's not something that is going to detract your love from them. And also that it's okay to be confused. It's okay to not have the answers right away, and that you can be the person, you can be this, guiding factor for them to figure out what it is that they're really experiencing. So let's get into these 4 tips that I have for you. The first one is on you, and this is about co regulation. This is your emotional competency of how it is that you can contain your own emotions when they are as sporadic and chthonic as they are, because they are in their primal state. You have to be in your rational state, which means that you have to be able to regulate what you feel, take away your judgments, take away your bias, take away all of these authoritative, rules that you want to place on them. And you have to regulate yourself so that you can be this container, kind of like this tuning fork for them to find their own resonance and to find their own self-soothing mechanism. It's just a part of the process. Okay, this is really big when children are first born, and that's why they say like the first 7 years of a child's life is so important. It's because the mother or the caregiver is supposed to act as this positive figure for the child. They're supposed to be this container so that the child can be exactly as they are. Okay, so first and foremost, regulate your nervous system. And what this looks like is being able to center yourself, pull in your emotions, see your child eye to eye, be able to support them physically and let them know that they are in this present moment. Take a deep breath. Balance your tone when you're talking to them because you don't want to have this very extreme, status to your voice and to your presence. They don't want to feel as though you're about to dominate them and take control of them. They need to feel like you are this safe container that they can be this wild, crazy person in. Okay, so be the adult, neutralize your emotions. And in this, look up online how to regulate your nervous system. I'll do a video on this later, but there are so many good videos out there that can do this for you. So, co regulation, being the centered self, mirrors back to the child that they can be what they are, and they can also calm themselves down just a little bit because you're mirroring safety, which is exactly what they need. Someone who is not going to run away. The second tip that I have for you, this is called empathic resonance. If you want to look up empathic resonance theory by Carl Rogers, this is so great. You can do the research for yourself. But what this looks like is being able to know what it is that they're saying, know what it is not that they are saying, and be able to tune into these emotional states that they are in. The first one was really important because you're wanting to regulate your emotions. The second one is even more important because you're wanting to be able to feel what it is that they're experiencing at that small level, right? Like they're little children. So we can feel what they're feeling and kind of bring back memories like, wow, I remember when I was that angry and that frustrated that I couldn't verbalize what I felt. Okay, this is really important. You being able to tap into what they feel and resonate with that feeling. You won't be taken over by it. You're an adult. Okay, this is for them to have a really roots within what they feel. So, with you understanding exactly what it is that they feel, then you can even more so come into yourself and then use your logic to be able to. We're going into step three to be able to create a plan for them, which this is considered problem solving. Okay, we have to come up with a plan for the child to know what it is that they feel, but the plan is to find a solution, and that is by brainstorming, giving them many different ideas as to what it is that they feel, because it can't just be one thing. Okay, what they feel is so sporadic. What if it's, many different things throughout the day? But you using your logic in this scenario is giving them the support to connect different neural pathways in their brain. So their amygdala and their cortex are now communicating. We have to have the corpus callosum, which is the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. They have to be able to communicate again. Right now, the child is just working on emotional logic. That just means here are my emotions, which makes complete sense as to why I feel the way that I feel. No, that's very messy. So we need this to be logically, kind of mapped out for the child, which means we have to brainstorm again different ideas. I understand that you're really angry right now. What is it that's coming up for you? And I invite you to not manipulate what it is that they feel, to not try and warp or distort what it is that they feel. Just let them have their say. Let them be an autonomous human that they are. And when we kind of figure out these different energies that are coming up with them, just get creative with it. See how you can be rational and logical while still having this empathic resonance to what it is that they feel, and try and branch out as much as you can so that the child can come up with what their answer is. And again, you're the adult in the situation, so it's okay to say what you feel or what you experience or what is happening is totally rational. However, you can always add in this what is logically the right thing to do. Because I feel as though it's so important to still remind the child that, what is the right thing to do? Yes, getting angry at your brother and screaming at him because you were, uh, you know, he took away the remote from you when you wanted to watch TV and it was supposed to be your turn. I understand that must have been really frustrating for you. But do you think that it was, okay to attack him with such aggression when all he was doing was sitting there? Maybe you could have gone about this a different way. So, again, you're bringing forward your logic. I'm just coming up with like a random spontaneous example that hopefully supported that. I'm not sure. But brainstorming. is the third step. Now, the last one, this is so important for the child because they are children. They will naturally go back to the state of play and excitement, or they may be children who are a little bit more introvert and they may need to self regulate on the floor, lying down, and allowing their nervous system to come back to a place of homeostasis. Because when you've gone through all these steps, you've been a positive role model, you've supported them through figuring out what it is that they feel, and you've, really been this great container for them to express all these different emotions and to have all these different ideas. And in this process, you're giving them new ideas, new thoughts, you're helping them with their rational brain. Now, because this is an interpersonal problem, like you're really teaching them the steps to working with other people and to, connecting with children as well. And what it is that they need at the end of all of this is to just feel a sense of harmony again, which either means play or a little bit more subtle, and that's relaxing. So, being able to ask the child at the end of this, what is it that you really need right now? Like, do you need a hug from me? Do you need some space so that you can be on your own and then I'll still be here when you're ready to come back? Or would you like to go and play? Like giving them the opportunity to be the child again, just reminding them of what they are. Okay, we really have to honor the child and the child's spirit and not to diminish what it is that they are going through. Okay, we can't just give children um, pills and send them off because we can't handle them. We have to be these really strong pillars for children and remember that we are the role models for them at the end of the day. No matter how difficult their emotions are, imagine how they feel not being able to verbalize or express themselves. Okay. The simple, maybe the simple answers that they're giving you are just enough. And we have to really learn how to work with that and craft that into something that can make sense for us. So I hope this video has helped you. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video.